The new technology used to track down the alleged Golden State Killer could help identify another infamous serial murderer in California. A judge yesterday ordered Joseph DeAngelo to provide his fingerprints and additional DNA samples to police. He must also let them photograph his entire body. Carter Evans is in Los Angeles with how the DNA techniques used to identify DeAngelo could help solve other cold cases. Carter, good morning.
Good morning. Before the Golden State Killer's crime spree, Californians were terrorized by another killer, the Zodiac Killer. Now investigators are hoping to use the same methods to solve that crime by putting the killer's DNA into a genealogical database.
The cryptic and taunting notes the Zodiac Killer sent to police and newspaper reporters may prove to be his undoing. Detectives are now trying to recover DNA from the stamps and envelopes he used to mail those very letters.
Saliva has an enormous amount of DNA. It's like a liquid DNA source, one of the best sources that we have.
DNA expert Monty Miller, a former crime scene investigator, says a viable DNA profile can be extracted from decades-old evidence if it was stored safely and kept in good condition. That genetic data, once uploaded to a public genealogical website, can help locate potential relatives. Investigators study the family trees and zero in on possible suspects through a process of elimination.
You could perhaps find a granddaughter or a cousin or a brother or someone of that nature.
Just like they did with the Golden State Killer.
Exactly like what they did there.
Jim Jaksch has spent most of his career on the Zodiac Task Force, hunting the man who 50 years ago terrorized Northern California. The Zodiac Killer boasted about killing as many as 37 people.
There has not been a lot of new information developed over the last several years that I'm aware of.
So this has a lot of potential.
Absolutely. The potential is great.
He cautions any DNA recovered will only point to whoever licked the stamps or envelopes and not necessarily the killer. But it would still be a big break in the case.
It could put you to a certain geographic area. It'll help us determine where the suspect lived. You know, he may have evidence buried in the backyard of one of his former residences. Who knows?
Now, critics worry police are essentially turning these genealogical websites into criminal DNA databases, but Monty Miller says he doesn't see anything wrong with that. He really hopes that more people would voluntarily upload their own DNA to these databases so more cold cases could be solved. John?
Carter, thanks.